I think it's safe to call Black Ops 6 the most leaked Call of Duty game so far. Concept art was found in the Warzone mobile files years ago. People were able to play the multiplayer beta a month before it was actually released due to Activision leaving the files public, and the campaign has had all of the cutscenes leaked without their audio. The one bright spot is that Zombies until now has largely been saved from all of this carnage. Funnily enough, that's mostly because Treyarch is full of silly little gamers who chose over a decade ago to not include Zombies as part of the COD files until the absolute last possible second. But that piece might be about to end, and I think it's time we had a serious conversation about leaks within Zombies. There's a well-known leaker named Alex out there who some of you might have heard of by now. He's been in the leaking game for a while and has a really accurate track record to my knowledge. Unlike some leakers though, he seems to have more tricks in his bag than just being able to look through the files, because back on August 29th he tweeted, "I have a terrifying intel about Liberty Falls. Back in March 2023, one of my contacts told me he had played a map that, and I quote, a rural town with a graveyard, bowling alley, church, etc. And also, it had a monster-like enemy I've never seen before that shoots beams. He was complaining to me about how easy and not that good the map was." I think it's worth pointing out here that Alex's first language is actually French, so that's why the tweet's kind of broken up a little bit weirdly, but also it's kind of obvious here that he's talking about Liberty Falls. Now obviously, we still don't know if the part about it being a bad map is true, or if he did actually hear this about Liberty Falls all the way back in March of 2023, we're kind of just taking his word for it. If this is true, then that means that Alex has contacts within one or more of the Call of Duty studios feeding him information early, or perhaps even more than just information. Clearly this person who was talking to him was not on the Zombies team though, if they had never heard of the Abomination, which has been in Zombies since 2021. It came in Black Ops Cold War and then was very heavily featured in MW3 Zombies. This was then followed up on last week with a tweet of, "They really locked down Zombies this year," hopefully meaning none of his methods of sneaking into the mode actually worked this time around. Now here's where we get into the main talking point today, when he tweeted again last night saying, "Might fuck around and leak one of the side Easter eggs on Terminus for fun." So given everything I've just mentioned, either this Alex dude is a great troll who somehow mixes in complete bullshit sometimes for the fun of it alongside real leaks, or he somehow managed to get a hold of some of the Zombies files for Black Ops 6 and solved one of the side Easter eggs. It's also possible that one of the supposed informants within the studios got this to him somehow. And this all kind of changes everything for the Zombies community if it does turn out to be true. Someone will need to remind me in the comments, but to my knowledge, no Easter eggs have ever leaked before launch for Zombies. World War II was a different case because people got early copies of it and then solved it on their own, but that wasn't necessarily a leak. During Black Ops 4, we got leaked gameplay a week before launch, but nothing major was actually solved. The Reddit thread solving a bunch of the quests was also uploaded after launch too. Then for Cold War, there was an alpha version that was leaked, but that was also after launch to my knowledge. But basically up until now, Zombies has not had to worry about any of these Easter eggs leaking because it just hasn't happened before. If one of the side quests does leak for Terminus, then I think it almost opens the floodgates for it to become more and more common in the future. And that's a feature I would fucking hate, to be honest. I'm a person who I like a little bit of leaking every year, where maybe a new perk gets out a little early, or the wonder weapon gets data mined, because those are things that Treyarch will show off in their marketing anyway, regardless of whether the leaks happen or not. I think they can do a lot of good for the community when it comes to talking about stuff that's been cancelled, like maps or modes, such as the classic Zombies leak that we've been talking about recently. It could even get Treyarch to actually make that mode in the future simply because of a leak that might have not even turned out to be true. In bird culture though, it's considered a dick move to leak Easter eggs before launch, and I think most people can agree on that at the very least. Part of the magic of Zombies is the memories that you make in the first few days of playing, where we don't know everything yet. There's still a community hunt to solve the main quest or to finish off the last of the side quests. That's what sets Zombies apart from the rest of the Call of Duty modes, is that no matter how much gameplay we see before release, we've always got at least that to look forward to. If Zombies starts to become part of this leaking culture that Call of Duty has created for itself over the last few years, then it wouldn't just be a little disappointing. I think it would genuinely negatively affect the entire mode. Like I said, part of the love for Zombies is that sense of community in the first few days. That leads to more conversations, more posts on social media, more videos, more sales, and more people playing the mode overall. And if the cutscenes are uploaded within an hour of release, since we know the steps already, or have already gotten the cutscene weeks beforehand, then it just reduces that hype. This happened with Zetsubo no Shima with Black Ops 3 to an extent back in the day. I believe it was the first or second early capture event ever, and Easter eggs were not turned off at the event, so the dozen or so Zombies YouTubers who attended were able to solve a surprising amount of the features on the map and get leads towards the main quest, meaning it got solved quicker than normal, which means the community didn't get as much time to feel involved as they normally would have, and when the community is already a little confused on what to think about Black Ops 6 Zombies, the last thing it needs is for people to have content ruined for them because some leaker decided he needed a few hundred Twitter likes. This isn't even specifically talking about Alyx anymore. I just think that leaking culture in general has become a case of, if I don't leak it, then somebody else is going to, so I might as well get the few Twitter followers, or I might as well get the likes, because if I don't, then again, somebody else is going to. With that said, let's talk about it hopefully not being real. As much as Alyx has been right about stuff in the past, there's a few holes to poke in things. First of all, he's not a zombie specific leaker, with him focusing on the whole game rather than one specific mode. Last week, he did not know that you need to be online to play Black Ops 6, which was confirmed over a month ago, and the replies pointed that out to him. Even referring back to the tweet about Liberty Falls I showed you guys earlier, it does not seem as if he has a contact within the Zombies team at Treyarch, since a Zombies team member would definitely recognize the abomination. That to me signals that he most likely still does not have a way to access the mode itself to play terminus, meaning gameplay won't be leaking anytime soon, which is good. It also tells me that if he does have knowledge of a real side Easter egg, then he only knows what the reward for it is. He doesn't actually know the steps, or at least hopefully not, and only knows that, hey, maybe you could get something like a free ray gun, and that would still stink, but it's really not the end of the world. The last terrifying possibility is that someone within Treyarch or at one of the other studios working on Black Ops 6 is actively going to leakers to send them information. This would be really bad because obviously they have tons of information that a smart person would be able to send to leakers without them being caught and fired by Activision or whoever, especially if they're a disgruntled employee who maybe hates a coworker or their boss, and they could send some big information without thinking about it and how it could affect community members and their overall enjoyment of the game at release. Now, for my personal opinion, I don't really know what to think about this tweet. It could genuinely just be a gigantic troll, or it could be a case where he actually does have way information that even I think is possible. That's the sort of shitty thing about leaks sometimes, is that it starts off with a tiny little crack and one tiny thing getting leaked, and then all of a sudden it turns into this huge thing where all of a sudden in 4 days the main Easter egg cutscene is uploaded to Twitter. My hope is that Treyarch has actually locked down zombies like he said this year, and they have not included it pretty much anywhere in the files for the Black Ops 6 beta. It's not in COD HQ anywhere, and I really want to see that going forward, that zombies has just been completely locked out. There's also a possibility that by the time that you guys see this video, I'm already working on another one just talking about the side Easter egg that got leaked because Alyx posted it, because that's just how the YouTube game works at this point, and honestly, I don't want to see that happen, but it is a possibility. What do you guys think about this though? We're about 6 weeks away from launch, and honestly, anything could happen between now and that release day, so tell me what you guys think in the comments, and while you're down there, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe if you're new around here. We're trying to pass Call of Duty Japan in subscribers, so help me do that. I'd really love to get there. There's also some great videos popping up on the screen for you guys right now. Click on one of them. You'll probably enjoy it if you watched all the way through this one. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.